Good morning, everybody. Here we are at 2 weeks old. I'm just I'm waiting for her to hop out and have something to eat so I can change the blanket. It's not too... Oh, look at the little face looking at me. Hello. I think that might be the girl I have my eye on. Hi, can you hear me? Oh, bless her. Cupcake, are you going to come out? She is a funny girl. She's quite happy to come out when I'm out off doing other things, but when I'm here, she's like, no, I'm going to supervise. I've made her a moose mash, which is Royal Canin mother and baby cat just mashed with some boiled water. And normally she will go for it, but I think she may have just hopped back in with them and she's thinking, oh, I might just stay in here. Blanket change might have to wait. But anyway, that's all right. We'll work around what you want. You gonna come out? We might have to come back later. Rightio, we have the blanket in. She's not thrilled. She doesn't like blanket changes. But we'll get your kittens in and you'll be much happier. There you go. Good girl. There we go. It's all right. Yeah, she's giving me the look. It's all right. There we go. Oh, this one, very cheeky. Hello. You tried to escape yesterday, didn't you? Alrighty. How are we going to get you in? We're all warm and curled up. There we go. Oh, goodness, look at him. Hello. Hi. Oh, you're very cute. What are you doing? Licking the blanket. There we go. And last one. There we go. Yeah, she's not impressed with me, but we do need to have kittens on clean blankets. I should be right. Careful, you're going to lie down on some of them. That's the sound that's really hard to describe. It's like between a purr and a hum. Good girl, Cupcake. So you can see 2 weeks old, they've grown so much. And the little personality is already starting to come out. This one is quite the adventurer. He's always out and about wandering. We'll just straighten that at the back. There we go, good girl. Wasn't so bad, was it? She's just walked out. She's probably about to walk back in because I'm showing interest. You're very suspicious, aren't you, Cupcake? Good girl, it's okay. I'll give you pats instead. So here we have them, our 6 babies. I'll just tuck this blanket up. And we definitely have 4 boys and 2 girls. And there are 3 seal bicolour boys, 1 seal bicolour girl, and 1 blue bicolour boy, and the last girl is a blue bicolour. So a nice mix. And you can hear the little squeaks. I'll try and do as much natural video this time as possible because they are super cute. Oh, hi kittens. And she's okay, I'm just giving her a pat here. Oh, you're gonna rub on the phone, okay. So she's going well. It's obviously quite a big task to feed 6 very hungry, hungry, demanding kittens. Like they're quite used to a full milk bar. And for 2 weeks old, they're very big. So for her to keep up with their growing and their demands, it's a task. But she's doing well. We're just feeding her as much as she'll possibly eat. Good girl. Oopsie. It's also becoming a bit easier to tell them apart at a first glance. So this one over here is the blue girl. And the blue boy is over there at the back. Then we have this one here that has the colour on the whisker pad. He's got this really, really beautiful dark colouring. And we have our other girl, which I think she has quite a lot of white on her face. I'll have to check that. I think she might be that one there. Might just check, hang on. Yep, that's the other girl there. Sorry, Cupcake. She's like, what are you doing to my kittens? And then the other two seal bicolour boys are quite similar. One is slightly darker on his back. But yeah, it's getting quite cool to be able to know which one's which. No. Oh, they're so cute. Goodness, you'd think I would be a bit desensitized to it, but not at all. And they come towards the voice, which is pretty cute. I think this is the boy here. Oh, friendly babies. Also because mum's right here. Are you going to go in with them, or are you just going to sit here? Is that nice? Oh, goodness. All right, in you go, Cupcake. Go on. Good girl. Even if you go and sit in there. We don't need any escapees just yet. I know. Here, back in. Back in. You can see they're getting more stable on their feet. And all the eyes are open. She's giving me the look. She's a funny girl. I mean, it's really good that she's protective of them. But yeah, it is quite comical. Like, she's not aggressive in any way. She's just very much like suspicious and just likes to supervise anything I do around them. Hello, you two. So we have a blue bicolour boy here and a seal bicolour boy there. I don't know if you can hear Chinglong, one of the golden British in the other room. I don't know if he can hear the kittens, but he could hear her meowing before. So I'm just sitting here watching them, giving her a pat. She's pretty good. I think she was a bit grumpy because she needed to use the litter tray before. Hello, little man. You're very cute. It's quite cute because if I do something that's a bit noisy in the room, I'll walk over and their eyes will all be open looking because they can hear what's going on now. What are you looking at? So I'm just trying to remember, I really should make some notes before doing these videos. I tend to just sit down and just go with it. Nothing is scripted. But I should make notes of what people have asked me to detail. So I do think someone asked me about the food. So right now, kittens are only on mother's milk. And Cupcake has access to dry food whenever she wants it. And she has Royal Canin Maine Coon because we like the size of the biscuits and they seem to really like that dry food. So Royal Canin Maine Coon, Royal Canin Kitten, and we are trying out some Black Hawk Kitten, which they don't usually go for first, but I find that they do quite well on it. I suppose it's kind of like feeding a child vegetables, like it's good for them, they do well on it, but they probably wouldn't go for it first. So she has bowls of those out all the time, and we offer her wet food as often as she'll eat it. And we feed Royal Canin mother and baby cat wet food. She sometimes gets a bit of Fancy Feast, more as a treat, but honestly just anything she eats right now is good. We have advanced wet food. Now sometimes I feed raw food. I'm not at the moment, more so because the cats are actually doing quite well on the brand food. And there were a few breeder friends had some bad experiences with raw food more recently, so I'm just staying safe. And oh no, we haven't actually had anybody escape yet, but they're getting close. So yeah, raw food, they can do really well in it. It comes with a risk though. Whether that's bacteria or potentially something in there that'll upset their tummies. I don't want to say poison, but occasionally like you do hear stories of that. So I'm sort of on the fence about raw food. I know it can be sourced and they can do well on it. We actually have a really good local butcher, and I have seen that they do a pet mix. So I've been tempted, and maybe I will explore that option, we'll see. But right now they're doing well on the brand food, and don't really see a need to change it just yet. Hello. Oh gosh, they're so tired. Yeah, this one, he's going to be the first to escape, I'm sure. Cupcake, you're sitting on them. She's actually pretty good, but now they're big enough to kind of get out from under her. She just goes in there and lies down, and whoever's underneath will have to make their own way out. Good girl. She loves her babies. There is a bit more chatter between mum and kittens as well. I'm certainly hearing a lot more from the kittens. She does meow a bit too though, so if I can catch that on film at some point I will. It's very cute. So we probably won't get to do individual kitten shots this time round, just because she's still a little bit suspicious and I don't want to disturb her too much. Actually, that is something that came up. I think in the video beforehand, there was a really nice comment, but a very interesting comment about how I don't tend to interfere too much, or I don't tend to touch them in a way that upsets the mum. I do see a lot of breeders holding kittens up, kind of like Rafiki holds Simba up in The Lion King, like really not great. Not something I agree with, not something I do. I do believe in handling kittens as early as possible. Of course, only when the mum is comfortable and as safely as possible too, and certainly not holding them or doing anything to them, that could be dangerous, or I suppose detrimental to the bond between mum and kittens. I also don't agree with doing videos with kittens in perhaps unnatural or weird scenarios for views. There's a lot of breeders out there who do that. Not my cup of tea. You know, you're not going to find me putting baby kittens on, in odd situations that, I don't know. It's a hard topic to talk about because there are some very, very successful social media breeders who do this. And I don't want to get into a dispute with them, but it's just not something I agree with. Hey, Cupcake. There are certainly some mother cats that will let you do whatever you want with their kittens, but we sort of have to ask ourselves, is that ethical? Is that the right? She's way more on her terms, but I do have other mums that would be quite happy, like they'll just let me do whatever. So again, I sort of have to just be careful. Is it the right thing to do? The bond between mum and kittens is really important. The more we interfere, the more potential there is for that to be disrupted. Talking about ethics, Cupcake. There was actually another really interesting comment about stud services, and you can probably go back to the last video. It was on the bit where I showed the photo of the dad player, who is from a different cattery. He is my friend's import cat who was on lease to another friend, and we had a stud service before he went back home, which was an amazing opportunity to bring in a totally different line. Now, that is not common at all. Stud services are not really much of a thing with cats. And we also can't do artificial insemination with cats either. Collecting cat semen is not a thing. So it is, it's not common. It does happen perhaps more often than people think between breeders who are perhaps very good friends or who are working together, who share the same values and views. But yes, to the lady who made that comment, you're absolutely right. It's not common. I wouldn't say it's frowned upon. It really depends. Oh, you've got an itch, doll. You've got an itch here. Good girl. Yeah, right. Yeah, sorry, I just had to check her ear there. She's fine. I wouldn't say it's frowned upon. It just depends on the circumstance. So, of course, if you have a cat that is under contract, and in that contract it says, you can't sell entice, you can't do stud services, obviously that's off the table. But in some cases where the breeder has bred the cat or they've imported it from another country and there is no contract on it, then it can be a really, really good opportunity. Sorry, I've just checked her again. It's whistle clean. She just must have if you've got a slight itch. Yeah, it happens sometimes. So often when new breeders are starting out, they'll buy a kitten, and that breeder, who they've bought the kitten from, will mentor them, and often they will have another unrelated boy, and they'll often get a stud service that way. And then, of course, when I said if you've got a few breeders who are working together with the same values, sometimes breeders will import boys together and they'll co-own. That's a little less common. But it's certainly not like with horses. It isn't where male cats are advertised online and anyone can just bring their female cat over. It's certainly not like that at all. So definitely an uncommon thing. And again, I wouldn't say frowned upon here. It just really depends on the circumstances. And of course, you have to be really careful about making sure both cats are free from any diseases, whether that be, bacterial, viral, genetic. We obviously test all of our cats for genetic diseases here. And before Cupcake went off, she had a PCR swab to make sure she was free from any upper respiratory issues, and she was, which is good. Good girl. And of course the boy was as well, so it can be a bit tricky and a bit of waiting and all of that, but it all worked out and can be really rewarding, especially since we're really hoping to keep one of these girls. Good girl. So if there's any questions about that at all, please feel welcome to ask. I'll do my best to answer. I've been doing this for a while, so I have a reasonably good idea of how things work. But yeah, if you're a new breeder starting out or you're thinking about it and you're not sure where the best place to start is, I can usually point in the right direction. Good girl, Cupcake. Oh, we've all settled down. It's very peaceful. So we'll probably leave it there. If you have made it this far into my waffle, please feel welcome to subscribe if you want to hear more waffle more often. I'll try and have a couple more videos out this week. We've got a bit on though. We're dealing with council stuff this week again. It's rather quiet though. We have a very busy month next month, but we're sort of just enjoying it right now, just with the one litter. You ready to say goodbye, Cupcake? She's like, I just want you to leave me alone. Good girl. Yeah, I know. Good girl. You're very tolerant of the annoying human. Yeah. Alrighty, well, thank you for watching, and I hope wherever you are in the world, lots of hugs and purrs, and we'll see you on the next video. All right, bye-bye.